You know, at the end of the day, we gotta sometimes teach the client how to do business with you. Mindset is there. It's a thing about leaving your homies behind. It's my brother. I love my brother, but it's just like he gotta make up his mind to get with it, to get that 800 credit score.
First bag that came from what you guys are doing. What happened next? What was the first thing that happened?
And literally start to build, and it was a trust thing that built, and now it's a foundation there. And now I feel like, okay, I got my bag. I'm continuing getting bags. Now I have my game plan. I know what I want to do. Me and him have mutual goals that I've seen other people do, and I start to see, oh my God, these guys are doing what he's doing, who's installing it into me, and they're doing it at a greater scale, making $4 million in 5 days. Credit is not a color. There ain't no color. You could be a Martian and you got good credit, they gonna give you that shit. Tell you that right now. It's a blessing to see that like-minded individuals come together, showing that Rome was not built by one person, it was built by an empire, built by a team, and everyone who had the same vision, and that's what we're building here.
Yo, welcome back to another one. Deletekings Podcast. I go by the name Deleteking 850. I got the Deleteking CVO in the building.
Yes,
CVO.
sir. You already know what's going on. Back with another one.
And I got a very special guest with me today. My brother from another mother. You know, my good friend, CJ. What up? How you feeling today?
Feeling good.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing? Nice to meet you all.
All right, y'all. So, real talk, this whole podcast idea, it kind of started when I was driving on the highway and talking to him. Like, he was supposed to be co-host low-key. Like, he was supposed to be on many or all of these damn podcasts. So, like, this guy right here.
Where you been at?
You know what I'm saying? Where you been at? Pretty much.
Man, just trying to get my life together. You know, I got my photography business going. Got the 9-to-5 going as well. And on top of that, I got 2 new kids, you know.
Congratulations on that. Congrats.
So
I got one on the way too. So
I just had mine not too long ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
It's hard work and
They grow up quick.
yeah, just got to learn how to manage your time management to get back to you as well so you can lead because you are the leader of the pack at that point.
Yeah, and let me tell y'all why CJ is important. Like, if you look down my YouTube channel, Deleteking 850, I believe he's in the first video. It's one of those things that you just got to take action. You know what I mean? We go back, way back. And it's like, it was one of those things where I was getting really heavy into this business, funding, like business structure, all this stuff that I'm a nerd about. And I decided, we was working on your credit too at the time. And your credit, it was one of my first testimonials. Like, his credit was booming. It was getting up there, you know, for real. You know what I'm saying? He was on the right path. I was like, cool. Now we're getting your credit up, and then we're going to open your LLC. We did a whole video on that. We got his LLC open, established. Now he's over the 2-year mark, and the other day he pulled up on me because he's serious about, you know, working on that credit for real. You know what I'm saying? And it's a journey, you know? Anyway, so yeah, man, I respect people that's serious because I can't have people around me. No, you good. Siri, you good.
Siri, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up, bitch.
You good.
The whore.
You can mute that. All right, cool. So, long story short, I can't have people around me with bad credit, so all my homies got to be straight, you know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, homie pulled up. He's like, got to get my credit to credit because corporate is tripping. And I respect the fact that he did what he had to do to get some certificate. He going to tell his story or whatever, but what I love that he really does is photography, right? How can people follow you? How can they, you know?
You can follow me on Instagram where I got the links to my portfolio and things like that. My tag for my Instagram is CU24. That's CYOU24_photography. Give me a follow. I'm all over. I'm traveling with it, so let me know.
Let's just get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to tell the people like who you are for real, how you got into photography in the first place.
That's a good question. It kind of like fell into my lap because I wasn't really seeking photography at all. I probably started with my Samsung phone, honestly. And then my cousin, who's good friends with you, Jerron.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to him.
Know, we found out that you live right down the street from me all this time. And then I got around this guy who was doing videos like crazy. Mr. Hoverboard King over here.
Oh, yeah.
What, you was doing it on a hoverboard?
Yeah, man.
Oh, you're crazy.
I hated the stabilizers, man. But imagine the stabilizer and then the hoverboard. I would not like shooting a video without my hoverboard. It was just like, so much smoother.
But the thing is, he had the hoverboard, and I'm carrying the equipment running behind him. What kind of shit is that?
Oh, yeah, man. Imagine, like, the light that you extend, and it's like a 12 by 12 LED light. He'll be like, You know what I'm saying? Holding it, like, he really came through for me. Like, imagine there's, like, the 5 people I can count on, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of those people.
Want to know what you should have did? Is told him to get off the fucking hour.
I tried. You gotta trying to make it to the shoot, man. He trying to. Hey, man,
I
was
need my
hustling,
hoverboard.
bro. It was only one, man. He was hustling. I'm just trying to help the homie out, you know, because I want somebody who was there for me as well. And he was working hard, bringing it in. So I'm like, I just want to be a part of the journey, you know, and see where I fit in. Then, you know, my photography started taking off as I was going around this guy, meeting new people, clientels. I got to meet all the people he would do videos for, and I could do photo shoots with them on the side, or even during the damn video shoot, you know, just to get my name out there. Mm-hmm. That's how I met a couple models, and then it just kind of blew up there, and I'm still growing to this day. So I appreciate you as well, vice versa, bro.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to get him to like do videos because you started in photos and then they talked you into the film and then you made a bag, you know what I'm saying? So I've been trying to get him to edit. I don't know if he ever developed the patience for it, but I can see that passion for photos isn't going nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Because me, when I was doing photography, I've been doing photos since middle school, for real. But I was like, if I can put some words in sync and then make it look good, and I just got that eye visually to like, I just feel like a bigger bag is to be made with videos versus photography. But if you got that eye for it, which he does, man, a lot of his stuff on his page be looking like magazine shoots, like really high end. And I know the cameras that he started with. I'm like, you know what I mean? I be wanting him to just do all the content for the Deletekings for real.
I'm looking at his page.
So I'm like, at the end of the day, I really feel like we have all these conversations about what your price should be and how you should charge this and that. No free photo shoots, this and that. No, they got to put some respect on it when they come to correct.
Hold on, you taking shit like this? You better be charging a stack to these motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got to get there.
I'm trying to get there, man.
Bro,
Because
what? This is...
Corporate shouldn't really be necessary at that skill set level when it comes to like what offer you provide. You know, so what's your bread and butter? I know your homie can put you on, your cousin can put you on the events for real, but you like working with the most. Fill in the blank.
What I like working with the most?
Yeah, what gets you out of bed with your camera? You know what I'm saying?
Where there's a real opportunity, you know, because I want to make money, but me, I like to impact people's lives, and I don't know, man. I kind of like dabbling into different things, bro. I'm a Gemini, so you already know our minds go like this every 5 seconds. So I like to be surrounded by and doing different things. But portraits, I do like doing events too, because I can really be to myself, because I'm usually doing events by myself, I should say. So I can go out and meet people and they can actually understand who I am. And I like to be organic with the people who I follow and shoot with, you know. So pretty much everything.
Question. Bro. You a May Gemini or a June Gemini?
June.
God damn it.
What's the difference?
It's a big difference.
Is it a good thing or bad thing? I don't even know. I don't even want to know because I would be following horoscope stuff.
I'm not big on
I think a male Gemini is different from a female Gemini, so I'm going to leave it at that. But I start to hate June Geminis, but on the female side. But
Man,
I think you
bro.
cool. You know what I'm saying? But
I noticed
my little brother's a Gemini too, and he's a motherfucking thing to my ass. And it's like, ooh.
But we got split. Well, 2 sides. Not split, 2 sides. You know, but you definitely want one in your corner because we're very authentic and we speak our mind. But at least for myself, I try to be genuine to people and give them game if I got it in my back pocket, bro. Because I feel like without the blueprint, what are you doing it for? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm a father now, so obviously I'm getting my blueprint together now for my kids when they grow up, because you shouldn't have to struggle and face certain things that I faced. You know, you should be able to hurdle over certain shit.
Yeah.
Your pops went through it, so.
Yeah.
And that's even when it comes to friends, like, this man got the blueprint, so I know if I got a question about credit or about videos or this business questions, you know, I can talk to my guy Ty here and he can put me on game too, you know, so.
Yeah, that's definitely how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why even Ty mentioned, like, hey, anybody around me, they can't have no bad credit score. You have me. You know what I'm saying? You have access to as that friend, that said person that will really look out for you at the end of the day. Not like these other motherfuckers that's out there like, oh no, you still gotta do this, that, or whatever. No, it's real genuine. It's real love, and it's kind of same thing with me. Like, my people shouldn't not be people who are in my corner. should not be struggling, should not be dead out, should not be going out without anything, because at the end of the day, that's how you still build your empire. Your close people around you, make sure they on point. And even though they got their own lives, like I said, you got your own kids, you got things doing something, but he's always there for you. You know what I'm saying? That's how you still build that connection, that power, and that empire.
Yeah, and I was really proud of him the other day. Like, he invested in himself. It wasn't no homie hookup. You know what I'm saying? Because the homie hookup and the favors, you know what I'm saying? People can catch egos and that can backfire. They be like, well, I did this for you, so blah, 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 blah. You can bring it up years later. Nah, homie invested in himself. Let that be known. Homie ain't asked for no discount. He wasn't going to get it. Nah, homie invested in himself to fix his credit, get his stuff together. And one, that's a respect thing. That's an energy thing. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely respect anybody that's trying to get their stuff together, because it's like, at the end of the day, even if we did the homie hookup, it's just like that investment into yourself. You're going to be able to stand on that. You know, you're going to be able to say, nah, I made that investment, and turn around and get the next person the advice to make that investment to get your credit together. Fix your credit first. And then we're going to get you to the bag. LLC's already 2 years old. You know, at the end of the day, now, any second now, with the right amount of cash flow, now you can get lines of credit. There's like a $500,000, $250,000 waiting for you on the opposite side of good credit. So
I'm trying to see it.
Yeah, man. And
it's possible, man.
Man, I love the fact that I got both of y'all here. You know what I'm saying? Because we started with you 2 years ago. Him probably middle of last year, up $250,000. You know what I'm saying? Like from that. You know what I'm saying? I know I can duplicate those results. You know, so like, the fact that you pulled back up, man, I've been wanting you on every podcast that we've ever had. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be on here more consistently, because it's like, at the end of the day, you're always going to ask the right questions. And the world got these same damn questions about like credit. Because if it's new, it's new to them, it's new to somebody, new followers, whatever. But that's how I make content, you know, podcast-wise. I'm not the person that's pointing up at the screen with the green screen on TikTok talking about some things that may or may not work in the hypotheticals, but I want to talk more about the photography. Like, what are the worst things you've seen and what are the best things you've seen? How's your career going so far? And like, where you going with it? Where you taking it?
What's your first question first?
Like, your career overall.
My career
Overall, like the photos, like, where do you see yourself going 6 months from now for real? And how much you going to stay in corporate, you know?
See, it's weird. I break the questions up because I do like the corporate part of it too. But where I see myself in my photography business, I'm still growing, man. It's just so much to learn because there's new things coming out every day. I really want to work with a lot of, I guess what I should say is I want to work with a lot of people who own their own small businesses, because I feel like I can be there to help them out to get their media out there.
Make sure they look good.
You know, it's real close to home. You know, it's very organic. I'm not just no large corporation that's trying to go out to those, you know, big companies to. I'm not really chasing that. You know, I'm really trying to help someone else grow their business while I also help grow mine as well. But while I'm still in corporate, you know, obviously it's something secure that, you know what you can pay at this end of the day, which is good and bad. But everything that I've learned in my photography business and what I learned in corporate business has transferred on both sides. You know, so now when I do the corporate business, I know how to speak that language. I know how to be a part of that system. And when I'm doing my photography side, I can run my business like I'm at a large corporation and things like that, you know. As far as how I treat my customers, how I set appointments, how you run the whole thing. You got to run it like it's a damn Apple, you know, like Apple, I should say, not in Apple, the Apple business. Because even when it comes to like doing things on my social media, you'll probably never catch me talking bad about any bad scenarios with any customers. I would never put you on blast because you ever seen Apple do that? Like,
right?
They just
damn
keep moving,
Nokia,
bro.
Fuck them, no,
Right.
fuck
They
that
just keep
Samsung.
moving, you know. You're gonna have bad apples, you know, at the end of the day. But I do always strive to make every negative relationship right when it comes to my customers, because I feel like that is the backbone of my business. So if things didn't go right, you best believe, like my testimony is, they'll tell you that I go above and beyond to make things right for them. You know, I'm not gonna bend over backwards now, but I'm gonna do what I got to do to make sure I keep you as a customer and that you left happy. You know, because I get customers all the time like, oh, I work with this so and so photographer. He did this and that, but I don't want you to put my name out there like that in no bad light. So I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make it right
And make sure your name is intact
absolutely,
always.
absolutely.
And I feel like that's where it starts because, you know what I'm saying, being as a videographer myself, that was my big thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened, I always wanted my name to be Point. You know, I'm Point. Like, I don't want anyone talking bad about me, like, oh, CBO got down on me or he ain't do my video right. Like, no. If I call any of my clients, they'd be like, oh, it was that. You know, and that's word of mouth, and they pass that along to other people. So when other people see your work and they ask them about, man, who did that photo? Oh yeah, man, CJ the best. I felt comfortable. He made me cool. He made me look good and made me feel comfortable and got the job done and gave me my work and did it in a timely manner. Like all that makes you. You know what I'm saying? As far as your brand and corporation.
Absolutely.
And I like that you think of that. You know what I'm saying? You like to be on point with that, and that's how it should be for anybody that's doing anything realistically.
And I know we've had a conversation. You ain't got to name no names, but I know you can bring up scenarios where it's like some of these models or just people that want you to shoot for them, they ain't all the way up here in the head, man. You did that with some scenarios where I want you to sort of just give people an insight of the photography world that you don't think photographers should have to deal with. You know what I mean? Can you think of something like that? Like, a model was expecting XYZ from me, but I don't know why, blah, 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 blah.
It's kind of hard to answer that, but probably the ones that expect the most are the ones when you do a free shoot.
Yeah, I can see
I had to fall back from doing free shoots, you know. I don't mind collabing for anything, especially if it's going to benefit us both, but if I'm doing most of the work and you call it a collab, and all you're doing is just waiting on me to return some images, and I even tell you I'm going to give you like 5 since this was a collab shoot, and you want to hustle me and try to get 10.
You're upfront, you're straightforward with the
Yeah.
terms of the agreement that
Yeah.
has the collaboration and the mutual benefit.
Yeah, and I learned that because at first I couldn't even get away from the word let's collaborate, you know, because that's
Break it down for the
all my
people
customers would
so
come in.
they educated by your experience. Like,
So usually when you got certain said models who want to collaborate, I feel like they come in and they want you to come up with the idea. You got to come up with the wardrobe. You got to edit. You got to find a location. I know location.
That don't sound like no collaboration to me.
And you got to have a quick turnaround time because they gonna be in your inbox. They gonna call you the same day at the end of the night. Hey, where are those edits? Like, damn, I ain't even pull up to my house yet. I didn't upload anything to my computer, you know.
I heard that many times.
That's not how it should work, you know. If it's a collaborative shoot, there should be something that I'm benefiting for it as well. And I don't believe in the whole exposure thing. Like, my mind never wrapped around exposure.
go in detail about that. What you mean exposure? Like, they gonna tag you?
Exactly. So, like, what I just said about the collaborative shoot, and you say, okay, what am I getting out of this? They say, oh,
I'm gonna promote your
I'm
business.
gonna promote and give you exposure. But then you gotta hustle them. It's like, hey, are you gonna post a photo? Or 6 months down the line, they finally want to post it, and you're like, what
They don't
the
even
what?
tag you.
They have it. They don't even
Forget-
tag you. If they
just
tag you, they
tag
tag you in the 7th photo during the damn slides.
Now,
Like,
see, what I would say, like,
Don't
you
do
want
that.
to do exposure, talk about exposure, you finna post me during the shoot while I'm shooting. Hey, y'all need to book with him.
Yeah.
Post the behind the scenes of that said photo shoot. You're also going to, after the photo shoot, man, we just the best photo shoot in the fucking world.
Right.
Man, y'all need to tap in. If y'all don't tap in, y'all suck. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like, that's promotion real. You know what I'm saying? Even
Yeah,
though that's
right.
still, I still wouldn't like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? But like,
It's
for people,
something.
it's something, and it's something more than what people really give when they say collaboration. They're just a tag button. Like 9 times out of 10, someone's gonna scroll past, not even click on the tag. But if you're putting it in their face, you didn't said 5 to 10 times that CJ's the one you need to be working with, even before you post it, man. Y'all see that shit I posted, CJ, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Like, that's at least acceptable. I mean, you
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? A little exposure or promotion as far as when it comes to that, when it comes to someone I said big or has certain type of following that you can know you're going to benefit from.
Absolutely.
When they do it that way. Not just,
Shit's a facade to a certain point, though.
Yeah.
What's your experience as a beat? Like, you were making beats
As a
and
music producer, when it comes to collaborating, I guess I think it's a little more different. Because when you collaborate, I could say I could make the melody and split up the song, and somebody else could do the drums. So it kind of, in my experience, it kind of like, I feel like we both do the same amount of work when it comes to producing. Especially if you guys are together working on something, on a beat, I'll come in, make a melody. Somebody comes in, makes the drums, and then I go back and format the layout of the song. You know what I'm saying? So like,
What about collabing with an artist? Let's say you're doing the beat and the artist wants the beat from you. Let's collaborate. Let's try to blow together type ordeal. I feel like I understand the collaborating part with, you know what I'm saying, another producer. Like, you know what I'm saying, y'all kind of put your own little sauce in together, make the beat together. And you bought throw your both tags on there. Y'all can even sell it together, however, split the profits. But let's say you're doing the full beat, you're doing whatever it is, collaborating with an artist.
I believe it varies depending on what's going on in the situation. Because I could collaborate with an artist and only make the beat. And then they got to make the song, pay for the mixing and the mastering, and et cetera, right? Shoot a video, whatever. I don't got to do none of that. But then it could also be where I go in the studio with them, we make the beat from scratch, we produce the song together, we come up with the idea for the shoot. You get what I'm saying? That's a little me.
Like the Metro Boomin shit.
Yeah, that's a little being more involved. In that case, I feel like everything's 50-50. Like, you know, it's more of a real collaborative experience rather than, oh, I'm just making a beat and I'm going to send you the beat and then you make a song.
And then you just shout me out my tags in there. Like, yeah, tag
and
me
I'll
in
get
there.
paid a little fee, but ultimately, like, you know what I'm saying, you do your thing with the song, you did most of the work on it, I just made the beat. But to me, it's still such a, like, I think that's why producers get overlooked a lot of the times, because we'll make the beat and then the artist will be like, well, I did this, and that. But if you didn't have that foundation to begin with, you wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have nothing to go off of. But
So,
it's just in my
CJ, I want people to learn something from you on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? As far as collaborating, have you escaped the people approaching you to get on some free, hey, shoot for me for free? What is a proper way that you say it can be a mutual benefit for collaboration?
You kind of just touched on it. Even the same thing with the beats, you know, if we're both going in, and if the model comes to me like, hey, I want to do this collaboration and shoot with you, I may not have all the money up front, but if we can somehow work out a deal where we both benefit from it, that's the right way to even engage the conversation, because you're saying, like, right after, you're being upfront with me, not later on in life, you know, very transparent.
Yes.
Next, I would say, if they like my last shoot I just did with this young lady, it was for her birthday, but I realized the shoot was for a music album cover. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I usually like, nah, we can't. You got to come back and redo this contract and all that. But how she approached the situation was very respectful. So she told me her vision, and she even told me, like, I'll pay for it, you know. But I would have actually collaborated with her on this shoot. She told me her vision. It was like this more where she was like in this garden of flowers and whatnot, and her body was covered in, you know, flowers and things like that, and plants. The thing is, when I do a shoot and you tell me about it, I don't stop thinking about it until it actually happens. So, like, that definitely should be charged, you know. But she went out to the store after we had numerous conversations and Zoom calls to purchase all the material and equipment, whatever. And she even came ready and dressed and prepared for the shoot, you know. And then now she's gonna release it for music on an album cover. I would have definitely would collaborate with something like that, because it's gonna be seen by so many different people and audiences that I can work with, you know. Because I'm trying to work with those people who are small artists and small businesses. So I would say that's something that I would call as a collaboration.
And I feel that too, because it's like, boom, an album cover. You have this artist who's obviously going to promote their album, obviously going to push that picture, that set album. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So we're like, man, that's a fire-ass album cover. Damn, that shit was raw. That's different, you know? And that's beneficial on your end, because now you're going to have any other set artist like, man, I need a raw cover, a photographer that's going to do this shit right. Boom. They ask, and they're like, man, who did that cover? That cover crazy. Boom. Now, it's, you know what I'm saying, sets you, because they're pushing it at an extreme level, because it's literally their album.
Absolutely.
And it's not even if it's on the album, it's on Spotify or whatever, that picture's on every song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they cannot get enough of what they're seeing. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely like that and that mentality. And that's a great, as a photographer, that's a great collaboration, because this is not something you just post on social media once.
Yeah.
No, this is something you're pushing to its fullest extent,
I
because
love engagements like that, though. Collaborations where everything's organic, respectable, transparent. Cause like for every bad collaboration or like customer or whatever you have, like those good ones, like, you don't even think about the bad shit no more. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I had some bad experiences too. Like I had a client where we talked about doing a collaboration, and I was getting invited to another studio. So I'm like, okay, I bring you along for the ride and we can shoot. But the thing is, I started to get a feel for it that she was trying to get all my ideas. Like, okay, what do you think about? What's your next shoot? You thinking about this and this and that? I'm like, why you want to know so much about what we're not doing right now? You know what I'm saying? I even went over on my time because I rented a studio for a certain amount of time for this collaboration shoot. Mm-hmm. And then I found myself spending more money because I wanted to do more content. Like, I might as well do this and this since she's down with it. But then when I put so much time, I'm talking about days and probably weeks of editing this material, it never got pushed by this client. And I found that like really disrespectful. And then on top of that, the ideas that I was showing her that I was going to do next,
she ended up
doing somebody else.
Oh, hey, it was crazy,
Nice.
bro. I had the same experience, and this
terrible.
was on a video, and I felt disrespected. I know on the last podcast we talked about El Hitter. Oh my God, I think I still have these messages in my phone. He sent me a song, and I wrote the treatment for it. I literally was like, man, I see this. Like, I see you in the boxing ring. We finna do this. I'm gonna do certain lighting, these raw ass lighting, make it look like Muhammad Ali commercial. I was pushing the shit. I wrote it all down. For him to go shoot a video with my exact idea, but it was shot terribly. Mm-hmm. I was like, he probably thought it was raw, but to my head, I was like, that's what you get. I would have shot that so much better. Oh my God, but a simple fact, like, I literally like, damn, bro. I had to message him like, damn, bro, that's how you do me? I literally came up with that idea. I literally came up with the idea, and you went and shot it with another videographer. I was like,
What was the reason?
We talked. It was like we're about to shoot and lock it in. He went ghost, and next thing you know, there's a video out.
Yeah, I found somebody to do it cheaper.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn
I was
near
like,
probably what it was.
what? Like, literally, and that's why, like, when people say, hey, I want to do a treatment, I want to talk about your video, I don't want to talk about shit until you lock in.
Deposit.
I feel
Put
like
that shit down, and when we talking.
I feel like a lot of artists' reasoning, too, for stealing ideas would be like, oh, it's my song, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's
And
like, if it's your song, you come with the idea, and then you pay the videographer to shoot your idea, not come to me and say, hey, I don't know what the hell to do to this song. What do you see?
And then steal your idea.
And then take it and give it to someone else who shoots it for $100 because they just want to be somebody with a camera because you have a name for yourself. Like, what? No, you want to get that shit done right. Like, I'm not gonna sit here as an artist that's building my name, that has some type of stature in a city or in whatever town you're from. I'm not gonna give my vision to someone who cannot produce my vision, who's cheap as hell. You rather pay for quality instead of not paying, you know what I'm saying, for the best work possible. And it's like, one, that's a slap of face to the videographer as far as I gave him the idea. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, you put this video together, it looks terrible, and you gave that opportunity to someone else, and that person ain't really doing anything. Like I'm saying, the videographer didn't benefit from it.
That's kind of like business etiquette, though. I feel like if you are doing business with somebody, I feel like you should know certain like things to do and not to do.
Right.
And if you're kind of in an open space like that where creators are like, it could be like some street shit. They're not gonna have that business etiquette. But I don't know, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man, we got.
That's why I hate rappers.
You know, at the end of the day, we gotta sometimes teach the client how to do business with you. We'd had discussions in the past about clients not wanting to put a deposit down or what you are willing to do for free here and there, you know. But my big OGs, they told me like, nah, sometimes you gotta get that deposit. You gotta make them log in because it's like. It's a slippery slope, you know. If they start, lowballing you or whatever the case, like you got to teach people how to do business with you. If they lack the business etiquette to just be, well-mannered person doing business in a fair transaction at the end of the day. But like I'm sure you've grown over the years and how you handle business. You need a deposit to lock in with you these days.
Oh yeah, you wanna, man.
You want to talk to me? Drop that bread.
We can have a quick brief conversation about your thoughts and what you want to do. But once it gets beyond that, when I gotta text back and respond back numerous times, okay, here's the link to my booking. On here, you put your information, you put your general thoughts of what you want to do. Everything is in this thread here, so you're gonna see all the information that we're sharing between each other. The deposit has to be paid before we can move forward because like I said, once you tell me something and you want to do, I'm treating it like a job already, even before I got paid.
Now you can't get your mind off it.
I can't. I'm sleeping at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, thinking about, damn, maybe I should do this for this person. And you don't put that deposit in, it just screws it up for the next person. Honestly,
Time is wasted time.
It's wasted time and wasted money because, like I said, I got a family, so I can't be spending all this time with you when you're not taking it serious. So
Man, booking locations, getting props. I'd have seen it.
Yeah. I'll be all over the place trying to get things done. Even especially if it's a rush shoot, because I hate those where like, hey, I want to do a shoot this Friday and today Wednesday. It's like, all right, you got your money ready, man, because
that's Ty tomorrow trying to shoot.
Oh yeah, I am trying to get some content tomorrow. I was like, invite such and such to the podcast.
Man, shit, I just seen something. That car might be booked.
Oh yeah. We was trying to shoot with the car tomorrow. It got extended.
Booked,
I was
extended.
Like, I still got the bet though. You know what I'm saying? Like we can still do some.
We can do some. That's
but
crazy.
Yeah, I want to make the weekends for like really capturing content. And I want to just work with the people I'm already comfortable with.
Yeah, we gotta get on that because in about 4-5 months, I'm gonna be locked down.
And I know you say that,
baby?
but he gonna give you some insight. He gonna give you some insight.
Me
He can give you
too.
some insight
Yeah,
too.
bro.
He can say because I know where you're coming from. But you know what I'm saying? I need y'all to give him some insight on
Man,
parenthood.
I'm here, bro. Whatever you need when it comes to
Parenthood. Like how was it when baby came out?
Bro, we had my baby was born July 26th, and me and my girl were both working full-time jobs. She took the little leave, the paternity leave, and until the second month of my baby being born. After she was 2 months, she went back to work for like 3-4 days, and I'm working 6 days. But we made it work. Like she worked in the morning, I didn't work in the morning, and I stayed with the baby. You know what I'm saying? And we switched off, and then like. We just worked it out, bro. Like it's I don't know. Let me put it to you this way. In the beginning, they wake up a lot and they eat a lot. Every 2 hours, you gotta feed them, you gotta change them, whatever, etc. Depending on the baby. Once they get to a certain like age, like 4, 5, 6 months, then they start sleeping through the night, and you can get more sleep. You know what I'm saying? It's them first 3 months where you kind of really don't get no sleep. After that, though, you start getting sleep. Baby starts getting a routine, and that's the best thing you could do, bro. Keep the baby up during the day. Because at night, then they go to sleep all night. You know what I'm saying? Wake them up, stay up early. That's at least how it worked for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I have a girl, so it might be a little different. You finna have a boy. But
hey, you got your first boy? First one? Good shit. So
I
we
just
won't,
had a
baby.
girl,
My bad,
bro.
bro.
Good, so I'm like, man, it's a bunch of more shit that come with it, bro. But I know as soon as you see that baby, you probably already love the fuck out that baby. You ain't even seen him yet, but bro, your love for your child is gonna overcome any like hardship about doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that's at least from my experience. So I was like, man, what the fuck am I gonna do, bro? Like, I ain't never had a baby. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to change a diaper, but thankfully I got a girl who like we took some classes. Like she put me onto some knowledge and shit. We making that shit go. You know what I'm saying? My baby 8 months in a couple days, and she doing great. You know what I'm saying?
Congrats, man.
How was your experience?
You said, what do you have? You have
2 boys.
2 boys?
Oh shit.
Shit.
So I hit jackpot first 2 times.
No, yeah.
No, but
How did it change your life?
it definitely changed my life a lot, bro. A lot. My experience was probably different from a lot of people because my baby was born right before the pandemic happened. Not a lot of people even had kids during, before the pandemic.
The pandemic babies,
But he wasn't born during it.
Yeah,
but
it was right before it.
Because he was outside. We were traveling and things like that. And then COVID hit and we were locked down. But I can say, piggybacking off him, is make sure you got a routine going.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when your partner comes into place. Because I do got a solid partner on my side, too. Because they got to hold down the fort. And like that's when I sat down, it's like leading the pack. So now you really out there hunting, but at home, you got to make sure your girl got everything tightened up and nurturing, taking care of the baby at home because you out there trying to feed the family. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not in the best position right now, but we are making the shit work. Obviously, just routine, love and commitment, bro, you're gonna be straight. It's gonna work out. It's hard, like you said, because you're not gonna get sleep. So you might as well rest up right
shit.
now.
I don't sleep.
You
As
nap
it
when
is
they
fuck.
nap.
I don't sleep what it is either. So it's like I honestly there'd be times I don't go to sleep till 4 or 5 in the morning. So that
Bro, I'm
means that's
still
me.
doing that now.
You tell my girl she gotta take over the morning shit because I'm through the night. You know what I'm saying?
I still be. I ain't gonna lie. I be sleep with you. I'm like, you hear that baby cry? Open my eye when the baby wake up. Like, yeah, I get it. You straight, bro.
Yeah,
but it definitely changed my mindset a lot, bro. Because I just can't settle for a lot of things anymore. So even going back to the whole doing collaborations and free shoots, it's like
almost like you can't do that no more.
I really want to, but I can't. What I'm gonna go tell my son and my girl at home, like, oh, I just did this awesome shoot for 3-4 hours out of my day
For free.
for free.
You gotta make better use of your time.
You finna
bro.
get
Chill
Lay down when you get home,
Yeah, see,
boy.
and that's what I feel like even now. Like I feel like my motivation has gone even stronger. Especially, you know what I'm saying, Ty, I know we're going to have another podcast about this, but me quitting certain things and focusing and honing in and unlocking certain things where I know I do have a child coming and I need to give this child my all, you know, and it's like I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to bullshit because I want to establish things for my child even before it's born, during it's born, and after I'm gone. You feel me? And it's like you need time for that. And I don't have time to waste. You know what I'm saying? Every day and every moment is precious. So I definitely feel like I've developed a hunger, and especially when he gets here, I'm gonna be even more hungry to feed my family, feed the pack. You know what I'm saying? Because it's necessary, it's needed, and it's just I could
what
even
it
put what
is.
I'm saying is where it is right now. I
I feel
can't
like a
even
lot
put.
of dads be like, "Give me my flowers for being a great dad." They're like, "Just what the fuck you gotta do, bro?"
boy,
You
ain't
know
no
what I'm
flowers
saying?
in that shit.
You,
It's you need to do this. This is something you have to. Like this is not like, and that's something I want to. And I want to do that and overachieve in that aspect. Like I really want assets for my son. That's why when I talk about my warehouse and my production studio, it's like motherfuckers over there playing. Now and it's like, okay, now I gotta think about it. You were playing with me. Now you're playing with me and my child because this is a asset, a foundation, something that I can pass on to my son. You know what I'm saying? Or when I have a daughter, whatever, however many kids, you know what I'm saying? This is something I can leave. And it's like, y'all playing? Get the fuck out because I don't got time. You know what I'm saying? Like this has to happen a certain way, and I'm gonna make sure it happens a certain way because it's not about me anymore. It's about my son.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad we had that convo because it's like, man, baby come. It's like me, you know. I got to catch up to y'all, obviously, but yeah, like I already know it's gonna change your life, but I feel like you're gonna level up either way. You know, I've seen a lot of growth in you already. You know, so but yeah, I didn't even know he was having a second kid. Nobody really knew.
No. Well, you said you did know, but yeah,
I
he's
didn't.
already, yeah,
It
for
was
sure,
low
bro.
key. It was low key, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
was like,
low-key
man,
as hell.
I gotta catch up. Like all my homies got at least like 2 kids or whatever.
Yeah, man.
I'm good at one for now.
Right? I'm good with one. I mean, I technically got 2. I got a little stepson.
Well,
you know
hey,
what I'm saying? But
I need like, let's say, like we got you on camera. You have 1 minute, and you need your son to hear one thing. Like you only like, for whatever reason you're not here no more. What does he need to hear? What is the most important lesson you need to leave for your son on a recorded line? You know?
Say no to collaborations. I'm playing.
That's a good question. That's definitely a good question.
Greatest advice you can
Put
give
that man
him.
on the spot.
The greatest advice I can give my son.
30 seconds.
I don't
40
even think
seconds.
you can give him advice, man. But because honestly, I think it's you start to understand your kid. They hear what you're saying, but they're watching everything you're doing. They're like a sponge. So your habits are gonna become their habits, and they're gonna run their life how they've been seeing you up until a certain age.
Yep.
You know, really, I've just had to tell my son, you know, just hard work. Try to be honest, have, you know, business etiquette. What else can I say? You know, I'm
But
big
the
on
things that you
on
wish you
family.
knew, like you might give him advice and it might click later, or he can just keep watching this clip over and over and really it'll click at one point. But like those words that are really gonna keep him on track to be the greatest he can be, what would you say?
Shit, get close to God. That's all I can say, because I feel my life was ran so differently, and I had so many fruitful things when I was connected to God. And then when I kind of fell back, you realize like where that power was coming from, what all those blessings and things were coming from. So that's the only thing I could say, because I'm not where I want to be in life yet to even give like, hey, this is everything I can give you so you can move on to the next level. I'm trying to get there right now, because after I have my kids, you know, I'm trying to reshape my mind to get back into game mode, you know, and to be serious about myself, because there's still things I want to accomplish for myself too, personally, before I can pass on to my kid, you know, because you try to give them everything you can, but when you're not whole, what are you really giving, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard, bro.
I feel you, bro. We on the same boat, bro.
It's hard.
For sure. We're gonna wrap up in a few minutes. I gotta talk to some high school kids like next week, and I'm over here brainstorming. I can usually just freestyle, credit this, credit that, but it's like I gotta be mindful of my audience.
Yeah.
Right? I gotta be like, all right, these kids are in high school. Their teachers are probably gonna be on the side. Like, yeah, I didn't go to college, but then I'll be on Instagram with those people that will run up on you, be like, hey, you mind if I ask you a few questions? What did you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Why do you have a nice car? Blah, blah, blah. I see your watch, blah, blah, blah. And I say, okay, maybe 75% of them didn't go to college, but I'll hear once in a while, oh, I'm in finance. I'm in private equity. I'm like, how did you get into finance or private equity? Because in a perfect world, like in another lifetime, if I knew what a banker was, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's want to be a rapper, athlete, you know. Everybody in high school, middle school, there's such a small list of things that will actually make you a millionaire. But it's like, had I known like maybe private equity in another lifetime, every time I'm at the bank, I feel at home. Like I would have been into banking, I would have been a banker, would have got into private equity. And I always ask myself, like, does that require a degree? Does that require college? And back then, if you would have asked me as a teenager, like, I don't like math, right? It was that simple. Like, I don't like math to want to get into banking, to just be on my calculator all day. But, you know, like I said, I've been scrolling on Instagram. I see these people when they ask, what do you do for a living and blah, blah, blah. You know, 30% of them, they maybe did go to college or whatever. So I was saying that to say this is like, I'll be wondering what to tell the youth too, but more so going off of my experience and what's worked for me. And just like you, I'm still trying to get to where I'm trying to go. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen your growth though. That's what has affected me so much. It's like, bro, I was with this motherfucker, bro. I was with him on these raunchy ass video shoots. Man, I'm like, what the hell? This man got me at shooting this video. I'm just holding a light. So he in front with the camera. I'm like, bro,
yeah.
I went for you. Like, obviously, you started a lot early before I started hanging around you, but I was there early enough to see the growth, bro. And when you shifted from doing, I'm like, why the hell you stopped doing videos? Bro, you raw as fuck. Like, but then my man got into credit and he took it serious, man. I mean, taking it serious.
Yeah.
And to see the growth, you know, like I honor that, bro. So I'm like, I gotta get back on board with my guy, bro. And like when you said I pulled up to your house at my own expense, bro.
I didn't have a car for like he was helping me get to half of them shoots. I remember that.
Your house the other day, you know, for the credits. Like, I've been seeing y'all growth online and watching y'all. I'm like, man, I respect it. And every time I see him, like, I even text you sometimes, like, hey, bro, keep going, bro. I respect what you're doing. Just keep going, bro. So, I got to get my own too, because I never want nobody to say, "Oh, I gave you this, and that," because I don't want that hanging over my head.
Yeah, I don't want it either.
If I gotta work hard, you know,
work for it,
take some losses to get this bread so that I can get myself back online with the credit, then that's what I'm gonna do, because I want to get back in pocket with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want to grind and see what we can grow together. You know, because I feel like I'm an asset as well.
I've always felt that way. I was like, this guy got a camera in his hand, like his mindset is there. You know what I mean? It's one of those things like I can't leave my. It's a thing about leaving your homies behind. That's a whole other conversation. It's like, it's my brother. I love my brother, but it's just like he gotta make up his mind to get with it. You know what I'm saying?
I think
to get that 800 credit score, like he has to see it's necessary for himself to grow. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I definitely feel that way, especially for my people, my brothers, like the people I actually call my brothers, even my real blood brothers. Like I be telling them, like they be seeing what I'm doing. They're like, man, I want to do that. Like,
I can't want it for you.
You know what I'm saying? I could lead you to the water. I can't make you drink. I could tell you how much. I could show you the money in my hand. I'm like, hey, there was a time, every time I got something, every time we got some funding, every time I was doing something, I'd call my brother like, hey, I just did this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. What are you doing? Shit, I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, one of my older brothers works for Coca-Cola, killing himself, stacking shelves all day. One of the original people in my first ever company. And it's like, bro, you a founding father into this shit. I had no problem putting you into one of my companies. Let's do this shit. Like, give me your time. Let's run it up. I'm like, bro.
I get it, bro.
Where does the doubt come from? Like, that's what we wonder.
I don't get it. I'm like, bro, I'm doing it.
It ain't the doubt, man. I don't think it's the doubt. It could be.
I think it's the fear. I think it's the fear of the change. That's what I believe it is, because they're so accustomed and so comfortable in the routine and what they got going on. It's like, nah, I don't want to lose my job. My job is making sure my bills is paid.
They can't fathom anything else outside of the job to like bring some sort of security. It's just too much of a freestyle or something.
Yeah, that's what it feels like sometimes on the outside looking in.
And then I be telling them, like, man, what would you do if you had 100,000, 200,000? What would you?
And that's the question we gotta ask everybody.
Like, what would you do?
Like, literally the next day, like if you check your account, there's $100,000 in there. What is the first thing you do?
I'm calling y'all. What the fuck to do with it?
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, at least that's a straight plan. Like, okay, hey, I got this money. You know what I'm saying? What can we do to make more? Other than, oh shit, I got it, man. I'm finna buy a crib, I'm finna buy a car, for the new crib, for get some clothes. You just lost all your money.
I feel like that was one of my struggles with getting on board with you. It's like, yeah, you showing me this, but how am I getting there? And what am I doing with this money? What am I? Because you got to pay it back, or my mind wasn't at the place where you would say,
no, he's good. His levels is good.
You know, I get this money in my account, and now I know I have access to try different things to multiply what I just got in my account. My mindset wasn't there. It was just like, okay, you give me this $100,000 in my account. Okay, it looked good. Now what? Because I'm now my mindset is saying, when I got to pay these people back this money, how am I going to pay these people back this money? But seeing how you use that money to multiply and do different things, that brought me back around.
It gives another person confidence to see, because this is kind of the same thing for me. Like, granted, I wasn't 100% sure like what was going on, but I seen bro needed an intern or an assistant. He needed help, so I'm like, man, I'm out of a job. I don't got shit going on right now. Like, let me get in tune. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you guys being confident in who you guys are and what you guys are doing attracts that energy. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're doing something and you're not confident, you ain't finna attract nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
nah, but we really pushing this shit.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's kind of what bring me to Ty, working with Ty. Ty knew me as a videographer. Of course, I had built my own name. I own my own foundation of being CVO and who CVO was. And then I start to see the game change drastically to the point where it's like, I need to do something different. The videographer's not being respected. The content creator's not being respected in the city. And it's like, I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done having guns waved in my face. I'm done with the BS clients or like I said, the people that were like, man, come shoot for me. We gonna blow up together, bro. We gonna shoot for the moon.
Yeah,
I'm done with all that.
I heard that with the music,
you know?
shit too.
So it's like, I want to see what I can do different, and that's where, you know what I'm saying, this relationship came, and you know, it took time for me to even fathom what was really going on as far as when we first started. Mm-hmm. Now I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm still always learning. There's always a learning curve, you know, learning situation to continue building my knowledge. But now I feel like I'm a lot knowledgeable in what he's been preaching to me from the beginning, and now I see it happening. And now I'm taking that and multiplying it to other people that see what I'm doing because of my name and who I am and how notable I am as far as the city. And now I'm bringing in clients, and now we're doing this at a greater scale and trying to do it even bigger. And I'm seeing the picture. I'm seeing the vision, the paradise at the end of the road. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where you start where you want to finish, and then you build from there. So I'm seeing it, and it's like, okay, this needs to happen. We can get this done. We can get it going. You know, it's putting a fire under me, knowing that it is really possible, knowing that I have someone in my corner that is like-minded, that is not on bullshit, that is really gonna push to get to paradise.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's why you were saying you see him from the jump. I've seen his work. He's seen my work. I wasn't with him holding lights, but I went through the same things. I had to hold the fat lights. I had to do this. I wasn't on no goddamn fucking hoverboard though. You get me fucked up.
Oh, that's your secret, my man.
Man, no. I don't recommend that. I know I've seen some people, but I do not recommend it because if you won that 1 second, that one little rock, that one little piece, you fall. It is over with for you and your gear.
I seen this nigga hop curves, but hell no,
man.
bro.
Going backwards with it.
Oh, but
I got a question for you though.
Yeah.
So when you jumped on board with Ty and then you started seeing your first, how can I say it?
Little bag.
First bag that came from what you guys are doing.
Mm-hmm.
What happened next? What was the first thing that happened? How did you feel, and then what was happening?
Well,
after that?
how I felt, I was like, damn, he really talking about his shit. He really know his shit. It really happened. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because at first, it was a certain thing. I know me and him, we were bump heads a little bit because I was fresh to him. You know what I'm saying? We're fresh to each other, and I like I said, things were dwindling down, so I was getting impatient and just a whole bunch of things. But I was also waiting for stuff to be, you know what I'm saying, my data points to align, everything to align and be structured to be able to do what we're doing now.
Did you have a deadline? Like, I'm going to let this go on here until then?
Yeah.
Before the cruise.
Yeah.
We gonna talk about it too.
Yeah, it was like, man, I'm about to go on this cruise. I'm trying to do some shit, man. We there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm down like a motherfucker. Like, it was bad. But as soon as I got that first joint, it was like, okay, this is possible. Let's do it again. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep running more. How do I learn? How do I learn to multiply this? How do I learn where I got this one and I can go get that one? And then this one got me that one. How can this one give me that one? And literally start to build. And I literally, like, it was a trust thing that built, and now it's a foundation there. And now I feel like, okay, I got my bag. I'm continuing getting bags. Now I have my game plan. I know what I want to do. We have had multiple mutual goals that I've seen other people do, and even like I even told them I pay for some little classes, stuff like that, and I start to see, oh my God, these guys are doing what he's doing, who's installing it into me, and they're doing it at a greater scale, making $4 million in 5 days. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my God, this can get even bigger than what the hell we're doing now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm able to invest in my dreams. I'm able to live financially free where I don't have to worry about my bills. My bills are not minuscule now. It's shit. I'm an entrepreneur, so technically everything I do is a damn business expense. I gotta do what I need to do. I gotta pay my bills, and these bills, like if I'm paying for my house, I'm working at my house. That's a business expense. I'm paying for my warehouse. I'm paying for my gas because I gotta see my clients. I gotta see my partner. I gotta do this. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, now I'm financially free. Now I have the luxury and opportunity to invest in anything I want because I have means to and the funding to. And now I can make my money grow for me without having to answer to nobody. And I can learn from my mistakes, whatever business ventures I go through. I can fine-tune them, sharpen them, and keep growing. And like I said, continuously doing it at a greater scale. We're only doing this shit here. We're going to start doing this shit in Florida. I'm trying to get shit going where we're in Dallas doing things, this, that, and the third. So, honestly, I can be the biggest company just like fucking Apple.
All right, one more question for you.
Uh-huh.
What was one of the last biggest hurdles you had to jump over before you seen positive in this business?
One, I want to say two things. One is my patience. It was a thing that kind of was holding me back a little bit. I had to jump over being patient and understanding that things take time. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. I had to get over that hump because I was, like I said, I was so in my own head and in my own pride or whatever you want to call it. And then also another thing, it was just, I feel like that was dwindling was just like my creativeness and my creativeness and my motivation to continue doing what I was doing already, which was filming and being around artists or filming or doing anything like that. Like, I just felt myself going down, and I was like, man, I need to get back up. I need to be back hungry, motivated. So it was like, I need to get that hunger back some way, somehow. And I feel like I got it now. You know, even before I found out I was having a child, when we started doing this and shit starting to work, I started to feel hungry again. I wanted to put new 10,000 hours into something. I already did every video and everything I could probably do with a damn camera. Like, I needed something more. I needed something to fill my stomach up. And I feel like I was literally dead. I was just like, I don't care about shit. I was smoking all the time. I was 10 blunts a day. I didn't care. Oh, I'm a CVO off. I'll shoot a video here, there. It was just all bad. But it was more the hunger and my patience, developing the patience, developing that real life focusedness to get to the Pride Land.
Okay.
You feel me?
What do you think about that response when you see him finally take the hurdle?
And I'm just glad. Like, we still gonna have another podcast on just his growth overall. Like, he's been the closest person that has been able to clone and duplicate the results that I've gotten. Like, he listened, and it's like, as stubborn as he was, it's like, I'll notice something. I notice like a trend. Like, he might not listen to me on day one. Like, 2 weeks go by, I'll notice through his actions, oh, he did listen to me. Like, it's like a delayed thing. I'm like, this kid, he listened. That shit bring joy to my heart. Like, damn, like, somebody that can listen, and because I can do this. I know I can duplicate my results with other people as long as they listen. Just follow my lead. You know what I'm saying? I have no reason to lead somebody downhill, but it's just like, I just love that fact that now I can point to somebody, grab them and be like, boom, he did this. You know what I'm saying? He followed my lead. I'm not going to take credit for it. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I could just say, like, it just proves that I know what I'm doing at the least. You know what I'm saying? I can get you to where I'm at. That's, you know what I'm saying? And then I see it where I see it going. Like, I see him surpassing me in a way that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I have to have some sort of, oh, man, I can't give him all the sauce. It's more so like, man, it's almost like, I don't know, kind of like either G Herbo or his other friend found Juice WRLD or whatever, or how Lil Wayne found Drake. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of vibe where it's like, shit, keep the brand alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it going. I know he got his thing, his CVO thing. Like, that's on lock. I was like, you ain't gotta burn down CVO. No, keep that shit alive. You know, that's your baby or whatever. Like, I'm trying to grow this thing where I needed Deletekings. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? That was meant to be a group thing, you know? So ultimately, like I said, I want that to be a special, like, we going for whatever, round 3 or whatever. We're gonna have a dedicated podcast towards that and that growth. And that's what we're doing. We're building a team. I want results. Especially, I'm gonna give myself a timeline until summer. I need 12 more people just like him. You know what I mean? At least 12. That's like, even Jesus had 12 disciples, 12 followers. I don't,
All right, Jesus.
In a perfect world, I just need a handful. I can count on my 2 hands, a bunch of people that I help duplicate my results. I'll be cool with that. And then my ultimate goal from there is like, if I get 800 people in a group, we'll create the school group, a Facebook group, or whatever it's called, and then really have my 12 main people that's helping me co-coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, be a coach with these people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, be a coach with these people, because that's the greatest situation where it's like, not only I did it, I'm literally got living proof right here.
Yeah, the testimonies.
We scroll back to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/DeletekingA50. You're going to see me and CJ. When you scroll all the way down to the bottom, we see where we started. And I finally got him on the podcast because, like, man, I keep talking about it. We talking on the phone almost every week, Like, finally here, you're going to still see a lot more of him because, he locked in. Whether, it don't matter how often we speak, we locked in for life, like my brother, So we gonna get him together. Y'all gonna witness the come up between everybody in this room automatically. That's the beauty about this podcast. You get to see the millionaires in the making from where they started, for real.
And it's damn when you look at us and you take from watching this podcast, you know what I'm saying, if you have make it this far, you're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn something and also learn that this stuff is possible. And it's obtainable, and anybody can do it. One, credit is not a color. There ain't no color. You could be a Martian, and you got good credit, they going to give you that shit. Tell you that right now. But it's a blessing to see that like-minded individuals come together, showing that Rome was not built by one person. It was built by an empire, built by a team, and everyone who had the same vision. And that's what we're building here. And that's why I just want to say I appreciate Ty for everything he's done for me, putting up with my stubbornness and everything that we have gone through in the first place to get here now. And I see nothing but literal growth and going up from here, because it is possible. I know when I set myself a goal or I put anything in my head, it gets done. I always have done it, and I will always continue to do it. So definitely, again, I want to give you flowers all the time, because
Wow, bro.
you know what I'm saying, within this year, about to be a year, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more, whatever, you've honestly became my brother. I talk to you every day.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't want it any other way, because you are who you surround yourself with. And I'd rather surround myself with millionaires and future millionaires than some bitch-ass bums that don't do shit for themselves. Excuse my language.
Man, we're going to end up on that, man. Hey, so just so y'all know, we do have a mentorship group, you know, whether that's Facebook, school, Discord, however y'all got to tap in. It's as easy as following us on social media, and y'all can tap in or just go straight to the website, Delete King 850. But Deletekings.com coming soon. Don't, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we got CJ, where they can follow you again?
CU24_photography on Instagram. And got my portfolio and booking and all that. Give me a DM. Let me know what you think about the podcast or think about me. You have any questions? Let me know.
And remember, that's you. Y-O-U.
Y-O-U.
Not the letter U. You.
We're going to tag it in here somewhere.
For sure, for sure.
You know.
Where can they follow y'all?
You know, Delete King CVO, CVO Films. You need a movie, come tap in. But other than that, come get your credit right.
At 94 PDV on all social media platforms. Tap in, OnlyFans, Beats, whatever y'all need, man.
Sheesh, the OnlyFans go crazy.
But yeah, man, y'all made it this far. I appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the team, Delete Kings, we out.